Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Thursday night slash Friday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. We still have more gyrations in the macroeconomic world with the Iran war and its effect on global oil shipments and energy prices and all that. So Bitcoin took another dip, trading around 69,000 now. Couldn't hold 70K. Let's check out the charts. Okay, Bitcoin day chart. Yes, it's just above 69,000. Red candle here. Could not hold 70K. Dip below the 20 EMA again. Moving average. So we're just getting this action on Bitcoin, which is causing pretty good conditions for day trading among the altcoins. Ethereum looks nearly identical, but above 2,000. So Ethereum's showing a little more strength than Bitcoin at the moment. Not sure how long that'll last, but yeah, as the alleged peace talks progress, perhaps we'll get more stability and consistent upward climb with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But for now, it's just mostly drifting sideways and bouncing around. All right, so what do we do with this? Can we still make money? Absolutely. I've still done reasonably well in my day trading. Let's start with crypto bubbles, see what we can follow today. And crypto bubbles is showing us mostly a red day, well, almost entirely a red day. This Siren coin has really been volatile. It's had double-digit increases and decreases for the last couple of weeks. We could look at it, but it doesn't trade very many places. So let's let's go to the day column. Okay, Ondo jumped back up to leading at 4%. I have that chart ready. And here we are on my day trading layout, 15-minute chart, supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo for support and resistance, red zone resistance, green zone support, and RTI relative trend index for entries and alerts. But I've been early on most of my entries, so those trades have taken a couple days. I've only got one trade open now, left over from a couple days ago. Bitcoin cash short. So I'll be setting some alerts with you guys today. Um, Ondo is well above the 80 on the RTI. So we'll be looking for a move like this, where it's above the 80 and then dips back down below the 80 and get a move like this, down to 4%. That's a good day trade on a short. And then here we have the dip below 20 and then break above. My, all right, let's try that again. Yeah, that break happens about here, up 2%, and then, eventually up 7%. That's a great day trade. So, Ondo has potential. So, set an alert, right click on the RTI, add an alert. And to trade both directions, we're going to enter a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, expirations next month. And alert name. I usually choose the info source. Apply. Notification. Sound. Three notes reverbs. That's my go-to for my day trades, but there's plenty to choose from. Click create, and the alert should be over here, and there it is. So, all right, that's Ondo. Let's look for something we know a little better. There's only a few listed on the positive side. Another sort I do is the negative sort. See what's been beaten down and is due for a comeback. So pump.fun, Avalanche, Solana, Aave, Cardano, Algo. Solana has been a shaker and a mover, mover and a shaker. Okay, well, this one just broke above the 20 on the RTI. The 15-minute candle's not finished yet, so it could still dip down. I think I'm going to do a quick, not financial advice, but I think I'm going to get in this. So go over here to my third-party software, which is Carbon, one of my sponsors. Another sponsor is Blowfin. There's a link in the chat if you guys are interested. We both benefit if you join. And the best attribute of Blowfin is you can trade both sides of the market, no KYC requirement, and no VPN if you're in a forbidden area like the US. Yeah, I'll take that Solana long. And there's plenty of room for it to recover. If I take it all the way to the resistance, 6% move. I'm usually looking for just 1.5% on my day trades at 10x leverage. But you guys, if you're still trading spot, there's a nice potential move available there, as well as on leverage. So that's a Solana trade. I'll set an alert anyway, just to go through that.
So when you're using 10% leverage, where do you put your stop loss? What
I
do you use as stop?
I don't use stop losses very often. On my third-party software, I have additional purchases built in at certain percentages. So when it goes against me, it makes an additional purchase, which improves my position and adds money to the trade. And it usually works out, but sometimes it doesn't. So it can be a risky way to go about it. But to answer your question, if you're doing a stop loss, here, let me do this alert real quick, and then 20 is already in there. Like a stop loss here, I'd probably go below support. So probably in the low 80s, somewhere between 80 and 84 would be a stop loss. But, the market makers see those too, and they sometimes manipulate the price to take out stop losses and then go back up again, which is why I like the additional purchase method better. But that one can be dangerous if you hit a, black swan event. So it just keeps going down and down and down. Next thing you know, you've bought in 4 or 5, 6 positions and it's still going against you, and you could be stuck for weeks or months, or just get if you're on leverage, you could get liquidated. So it's a
Yeah,
risky, it's a risk either way.
had a number of positions where I was doing that and I didn't have a stop loss. I was buying down.
Hmm.
I bought, I think, three down And then it kept going down. So that's why I was wondering at what point do you pull the plug?
It's a good point. When I was with iCoin Pro, they'd say 10%. If it goes 10% against you, then sell, take the loss. Um, so that's probably reasonable.
Yeah.
Just the current market's just going like this. So,
Yeah, this was some months ago
hmm,
when it started the downswing.
yeah.
And I was stuck in them for I just bit the bullet the other day and took major losses on all of them. Just said,
Ooh,
cash out, start again.
yeah.
Well, I was found, I was in long-term profit. I was
Hmm.
playing with the house money, but
Okay.
still.
Well, it's easier to make that decision in that situation.
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course.
All right. Well, let's look at this as a swing. Longer term trade. Go to the hour chart and we've got some positive candle movement. And we're bouncing off resist or support, but our indicators are not on board yet. SuperTrend, which I use for entries and alerts, and then Trendilo LSMA, which moving average, which I use for confirmation. Neither of those are on board yet. Hypothetically, that might happen right about here, and then retrace to 4 to 5%, which is not that good of a swing trade. So let's look at a longer time frame. 4 hour chart, a little bit better, 7%. 8 hours. 25% in 54 days. Not that great. Day chart. 64% in 72 days to this resistance. If you go all the way to the red zone, 132% in 162 days. Still a long time to be in a trade, so I don't like the swing trade setup that well. Obviously, I just took the day trade, so not financial advice. Do your own research. Uh, all right, well, that's Solana. That's a couple we looked at on crypto bubbles. Let's go to CoinGecko. Um, okay, didn't seem to like my sort. Well, I'm not really seeing much showing up on the positive sort. On the negative sort, yeah, showing us what we were looking at before. Let's look at AVAX. Okay, AVAX looks pretty similar to Solana, but it just broke 20 and then hooked back down. So you might want to set an alert on this one and then try to catch this move here. 6% in a day, day and a half. That's a pretty good day trade. Add an alert, entering a channel, 80, 20, coin gecko. And I got my rectangle and AVAX there in my trade list or alert list. So we'll see if we get a positive move up on AVAX. As a swing trade, yeah, it looks nearly identical to Solana. Okay, it's a little bit better. 11% in 9 days. That's not bad. So, yeah, you can set an alert on the SuperTrend, buy signal, or you could just leave it on signal change. Go with a different sound for your swing trade. I usually choose handbell. I'm still waiting for a few mine to pan out, so I'm going to cancel this. But you might want to set an alert on AVAX on the 4-hour chart, 8-hour chart, yeah, day chart. Well, those are longer time frames than I like, but there's potential there. Do your own research and if you want to make that trade. Okay, now I got a little internet problem of my own. We were talking about those before the broadcast. Okay, it's back. Let's see what else we got here. ADA, Algo, Filecoin, Link, Uniswap. Okay. Look at Cardano. We're on the A's anyway. It has not broken the 20 yet. .6% move to resistance. So add an alert. All right. Got the rectangle and it's on my list. So that's CoinGecko. Let's go. Our last source is CoinMarketCap. And this is a sentiment what people in this community are interested in. Midnight. Maybe we'll look at that one. H bar, SEP on the bullish side, bearish side. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at night. That'll be different. Let's see if it's on Bluefin. Oh, there it is. All right. Looks a little different than some of the other charts we've looked at. It's hanging around the 50 on the RTI. So that's sort of no man's land. It broke up, a couple percent into the red zone, probably 2 to 5%. So set that alert. There we are. Okay, got my alert set on night. Swing trade. Yeah, the indicators are not with us. This one took a turn for the Trendilo though isn't really straight up. If SuperTrend turns around, probably right around here, and 4 to 5% to the red zone. Let's go to 4-hour chart. So we have a buy signal here, but Trendilo pointing down. So maybe we get Trendilo turned around about here. Into the red zone, 28% in 22 days. Not bad. So of the swing trades we've looked at, this is the one I like the most, but I don't know anything about this coin. So do your own research and check it out. All right. Let's do sort on something we know a little better, H bar. Okay, it just poked its head above the 20, but it's hooking down. So I'll catch the next alert. Oops. There's my triangle or rectangle. And let's see, this is a swing. Trendilo just turned green, but no signal. Super trend yet. Not much room there on that retrace. Buy and then no confirmation yet. About 10%, 22 days. I don't like any of these on a swing, but yeah. Okay, got something in the chat. Oh, Robin wants to look at Zcash. Okay, let's do that. All right, Zcash is a little more aggressive than the others. Broken the 50, trending up. Candle action looks good, bouncing off support. So I kind of like the setup. We're a little late, but that's okay. I'll do this alert my usual way. Robin suggestion. All right, a swing. Swing is almost ready. Trendilo just turned green. Candle action looks good, bouncing off support. Maybe we get a buy signal about here. It goes all the way to the red zone, 15% in 8 days. That's pretty good. So yeah, I like this as a swing. All right, Zcash looks pretty good. Not financial advice. Do your own research on that. And what's Bitcoin doing? It's bumped above 69K. See if we see 70 today. All right, well, that's about all I have for what I was planning on looking at. Any other coins to look at or anything else to chat about crypto related?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, well, thanks for joining me. Please check out my sponsors, Blowfin and Carbon. If you're watching on the recording, you'll see their links in my pinned comment. Um, or you can email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com. I can get on a Zoom call with you and we can, share screens and look at things if you're so inclined. Uh, Otherwise, you guys have a
So
good
with
weekend.
carbon, will that work with any with will carbon work with any exchange?
No,
Because
but
I'm using three commas and it only works with about 10 exchanges.
right. Yeah,
Well, most of the
Carbon's
exchanges.
fewer than that for the trading side, but Carbon has other products where you don't have to access an exchange at all. So there's a wide variety. Essentially, if you don't want to do what I'm doing on this Zoom call, which is explaining how to day trade and swing trade manually, Carbon has products where they take that over and they're pretty good at it. So um, yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm using three commas for.
right, right. I think
I
Carbon's
put in
easier
the
to use
trade
than
and
three
then
commas,
it was.
but three commas is a pretty good setup too. So
So is carbon ready now for other people to try it?
no,
No.
nope,
Okay, never mind.
not yet ready. So, but a couple of the other products are available. They have some daily profit generating products where you actually control um, the funds. So anyway, that's something that can be appealing. Again, check out the
All
pinned
right.
comment for those links and or email me or both, and we can go from there. Thanks for your question, Paul, and we'll let you guys go. Have a good trading weekend. See you next time.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye, Robin.